gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you all doing? My name is Echo, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. We are back with a different Minecraft video. Today's video is usually a Minecraft Q&A episode, but in its place, I've got something special to share with all of you, because the gameplay you're about to see is the HiveMC minigames, the Bedrock version, which is Minecraft Pocket Edition, iOS, Android, Windows 10, Xbox, and Switch. It's the better together version. I believe this is some of the first ever gameplay on YouTube of this version because I was given early beta access. The good news is you guys are going to be getting a public beta very, very soon, so you can test it. So the gameplay you see in today's video, you're going to be seeing 3 different game modes. The start of the video is going to be Death Run. In the middle of the video is going to be Hide and Seek, and best to last is going to be Treasure Wars. So before I jump into the explanation behind each game mode and my experience, what you've just seen me typing in chat, the /emote, is just some custom cosmetics that the Hive have introduced to their Bedrock version. You could type in /emote and literally every single emoji was there, down to the laughing face, the crying face, the eyes. You had fire, you had dab. They should have left that in 2017. Nonetheless, it's just a small cosmetic where you guys can communicate in pre-game lobby. So the first time I had ever played this game mode, and I may have came last. This is called Death Run, and I'm telling you now, it is incredibly fun. This is going to be a really competitive game mode, which is why I'm liking the server even in the beta stages. The reason why is because they have 3 completely different game modes. They have the Death Run, which is incredibly competitive in terms of racing. They have Hide and Seek, which is just a really, really fun game mode. And they also have a PvP intense one, which is Treasure Wars. Treasure Wars is basically Cake Wars, basically Bed Wars, but with treasure. We'll get into that a little bit later on. By the way, guys, I was not paid to say anything in this video. Everything you hear me say is off my own opinion. The best way I can explain this server is I've not seen a server on Bedrock version this well polished since the alpha stages of Hypixel, because Hypixel, even in the alpha stages, was incredibly fantastic. These guys have worked very, very hard. Now, granted, they announced this server back in November 2017, and it's taken them so long to get this ready. Now, that's not a bad thing. Sometimes good things take a long time. But just to explain to you the whole concept of Death Run is you have 2 players on the side. They kind of control whether you die or you don't. So if you really, really hated someone in the game and you wanted to make sure they came last, that's why they hated me, then you could possibly do that because you have 2 players on the side. They have slime balls and different activations, meaning that they can kill players like you guys have just seen me die. It sucked. Everybody was finishing and I couldn't even get there. I was so sad. But you can control if they live or die just by activating a button. But it was really, really easy. Now the gameplay I'm showing is on Windows 10. But even if I was using a touch device, whether it was iOS, Android, it was really, really easy to use. So at this point in the video, I was granted access on controlling whether a player lived or died. So once I activated the slime balls, it would activate the traps. And you've probably seen some of the cosmetics around. So if a player died, it would have like a mini tombstone, or it would have like a mini sign saying GG, well done, or it would have like a broken heart because you bullied a player and killed him completely. And I just thought it was really good because you didn't really need to do much as the controller of death. You could tap the arrow and it would take you to the next level. So if some players were really, really far in front and you wanted to make it a little bit fairer, you could then just focus on that player and then you could go back. So you can literally go from position 1 all the way to position 10. Now, I never had any lag issues or any crashes or any problems at all. And something that's really bothered me about the Bedrock servers over the years is that trying to record videos as a content creator was always hard because you would always run into issues, whether the game crashed, whether there was a couple of bugs, whether there was hackers. And obviously, there was only around about 15 of us online. It was pretty much like the server owners and their friends. So that could be the reason why we didn't have any issues. I'm not going to say on launch or in the beta testing, this server is going to be flawless, because it's probably not. They're going to come across issues. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be hackers. It all depends on how the server owners deal with these issues. Anyway, let's move on to the next game mode. So over the years of me playing Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version, hide and seek has always been a popular game mode on many servers. They've also done their own twist for the Hive version, and this actually has a slightly competitive edge, because the best way to explain it is you gotta kind of risk it for a biscuit, because at the end of the game, they have gold, silver, and bronze, down to the most points, down to the most kills, etc. And the best way you can earn points in this is you have taunts. So obviously, the bigger the taunt, the bigger the risk that you make, the more points you are going to get. I also fully love the way it tells you when you're in a specific place. But you can see here, I'm going down to the llama balloon, which gives you 18 points. So you have to risk your location in order to get those points. Now, obviously, hide and seek is just a really, really fun game mode to play. I don't really class it too competitive, but if you wanted to have the slightly competitive edge, you could do that. I really don't got too much to say about this game mode, apart from it was fun. It seemed to work really well, and just seeing players run around with googly eyes and tiny legs was just enough to make me laugh. So what you've seen at the introduction of today's video was a turtle building a bridge. Well, that was actually a feature in this game mode. So the gameplay you can see is the game mode Treasure Wars. It's basically Bed Wars, but instead of a bed, you use treasure. It took me a couple of minutes to get used to this, because I'd never ever played this before. I'd never really played any of these game modes before besides hide and seek, but this gameplay in this game mode was definitely my favorite. I'm definitely going to be recording some videos and definitely be doing some live streams of Treasure Wars. Fingers crossed, HiveMC can control the hackers. They did explain a lot of detail about inventory hackers and how they're going to be tackling it. So I do have my fingers crossed that this really isn't going to be a hacked game mode. But what I liked about this is their game mode version of Bed Wars had been simplified. Meaning that you're not just going to stand there for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes just collecting blocks. The most annoying thing about the Bed Wars kind of game mode is grinding and grinding and grinding, and then the first guy you fight, he kills you. And you get really annoyed, because then you have to start again, and you've wasted 20 minutes or so. They made it simplified where you can kind of get materials kind of easily. As you guys can say, I already made it to like a diamond mine, and I was really, really ready to fight. I didn't have a sword, but I was so ready to jump over there and punch him with my fist. Now, I'm not going to be talking completely throughout this gameplay, because I want you guys to enjoy it. Like I said, I didn't have any issues at all. So just to talk a little bit more in depth about the turtle bridge, because I know you guys are going to be impressed the way I was. I was told by the developers that there's going to be more things that can build bridges, more mobs, and I think they possibly said a teddy bear could, but don't quote me on that. So a couple of things I missed at the start of the video is that they are going to be having a quest master. So basically, you log on every single day and you have specific quests to complete from this quest master. In completing them, you'll earn cosmetics, rewards, which you can spend on the server. So the server in beta is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, as time goes by, more game modes will be introduced, more maps, more changes will be happening. And I have to say, my overall thought of HiveMC and the Bedrock version is a positive. It's a thumbs up, but this is just from like a private beta in terms of gameplay. I'm hoping it's going to be the exact same for all of you in the public beta testing. But guys, enjoy the gameplay, take care, stay beautiful, and stick around, because I'm going to be streaming this with all of you guys. Catch you next time. Bye.